What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today for the second time to record Abbott Elementary, you guys. This is literally, like I said, the second time that I'm recording this video. I've already recorded the review, and in the middle of the review, the camera just shut off and it said, I didn't have enough storage space on my phone. Yeah, so my camera said it didn't have enough storage on the phone, and then it just completely deleted the video. I have been searching for that video for hours now, so we have to redo this video. And this is Abbott Elementary. This is season 2, episode number 21, and I believe that this is the last episode. I think actually next week is the season finale of Abbott Elementary. This episode is titled Mom. It was a really good episode, you guys. I'm not even gonna be able to get, because I actually was laughing throughout the entire first half of the video, but now I don't even feel it. So this episode opens up and we are in the library. So Jacob is putting on this magic show act, right? And Ava is in there with the kids. And Ava is getting her entire life from this, right? So Melissa came in. So you guys know how you have those two rings, people clink them together, and then they were like, how do you get it apart? So they pull them apart. Melissa came in and told Jacob, yeah, you have your hands over the ends that are open. He says, no. So then Jacob has a deck of cards, right? He tells her to pick a card. So she picks a card and she looks at her card and she puts it back in the deck, right? So he pulled out a 5, I think it was like the 5 of diamonds. He said, is this your card? She says, no. She says, my card was the Queen of Hearts, I believe, right? So when she walks out, the Queen of Hearts is on her back. I was like, well, okay, Jacob, I see you. Cause see, even when I did this scene earlier, I was giddy, I was laughing, but I ain't got time for it. So we're in the teacher's lounge and we find out that, so I think Memorial Day is coming up for them. So, Jacob is talking about how him and, what is his boyfriend's name? I forget what his name is. Him and his boyfriend are gonna be cleaning up their apartment. Barbara and her husband, Gerald, they're going to be going to a jazz club, and Ava is doing a hurricane kit. And the hurricane kit, I was like, I don't know if people will really be receptive to that, but maybe, I know she said she has some alcohol in there, right? So Janine says that she is going on a girl trip, and everybody's like, oh, you're going on a girl trip? She says, no, girl, singular, just one, me. But I was like, you know what, Janine, ain't nothing wrong with going on a trip by yourself, because I've been on trips by myself before. I've been on trips with people, and I've been on trips by myself. Had a good time with both of them, but it's always more fun when you go by yourself, I feel. But Janine is going to Ocean City, right? And she's going to be booking us a massage for herself. I was like, you know what, Janine, you deserve it, sis. Go to Ocean City, pull your good wig off, and just say, fuck it, like I'm having fun. So Janine also let us know that she has been getting, her mom had called her. She reached back out to her, but, she hadn't heard anything from her, right? So we see Gregory. So Gregory is looking for some almonds for his just regular bland oatmeal, right? And Jacob was like, I know where to get you some. Let's go see Shanae. So Shanae in the cafeteria, right? So they go to the cafeteria, and when Jacob got there and he was first talking to Shanae was just looking at him like, what this white boy want? But then she's like, I ain't seen your cute stuff in a while. I was like, oh, okay, so she likes Jacob. Now, as for Gregory, she, they said he wanted some almonds, right? She said, what time is it? He said, it is 7:09. She said, in the cafeteria, stop serving breakfast at 7:08. I was like, well, damn, Shanae, let them know how you really feel. So we're gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward, you guys. So next up, we see Janine. So Janine is in her class and she stops. She's like, wait a minute. Do y'all hear that? Like, what's that noise? So you hear the sounds of heels coming through the hallway, and it's her mother, portrayed by none other than Taraji P. Henson. So I had originally saw this on Twitter a few weeks ago. Actually, they posted it on April 1st, right? April Fool's Day. So, with April Fools, you don't really take everything that you see at face value. You kind of take it with a grain of salt, right? But when I looked at the picture, I'm like, nah, that's gotta be her on set. I actually believed it, but I was like, I had a little skepticism, but I believed it, but I didn't believe it, right? Because I was like, they could have photoshopped her into that scene, into that photo, but I was like, I don't think that they would. I really do believe that this is, her mom. And then I did look on Twitter, not Twitter, but I looked on the I looked them up to see if there was an episode titled, if there was an episode dealing with Janine's mom, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, so this might be real. And then I know last week Taraji was on the View with the ladies, and they showed a clip of Abbott Elementary, so she is here. So one of the little boys said, "Hi, Miss Grandma T." She said, "Boy," she said, "I am nobody's grandma. Call me Auntie Vernetta." And Janine was like, "That doesn't make sense, right?" So Janine is like, "Mom, like, what are you doing here? Like, I called you and you didn't respond." And she's like, "Well, I got worried about you, baby, so I came down here to check on you." I was like, "Did you really, Mama Vernetta?" So we see Jacob. So Jacob is talking to Gregory about this tension between he and Shanae, right? And Jacob wants to mend this little riff. And Gregory is like, "I'm cool with it, like, it's fine." And Jacob was like, no, we can't have that, right? So Melissa told Gregory, like, how do you expect to be a principal and you can't communicate with everybody? And that was a valid point, like, because as the principal, everyone's gonna come to you for help, right? So I got where Melissa was coming from. So then we see Janine. So Janine is introducing her mom to Barbara and to Ava, right? So Ava at one point was about to say, "You cool," but then you got Janine, and she didn't even finish her statement because Janine's mom looked at her like, "Bitch, what you about to say about my baby?" And Ava was like, "You'll kick my ass, won't you?" She said, It was funny because Ava knew better than to say anything about Janine because that mama was gonna rag tag her ass, and I loved it. Somebody put Ava in her place. So Janine's mom tells her that she got a new job, right? And she's having some issues with her phone because the phone is over its data usage and they threaten to turn it off, right? And the phone bill is over $600. And this is the point where my video actually could put the last time. And I was at 7 minutes, just like I am right now. So her mom said that the cell phone bill was threatening to be turned off, right? So then she took out her phone to take a picture of her and Janine. She said, "I'm gonna text it to you." She said, "Oh, they done already turned the phone. They just turned the phone off." I was like, "Wait a minute, Mama. They did not just turn your phone off. That phone was off when you set foot on this property. That is why you hadn't been responding to Janine, because your phone was off." But let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So we see I think they were in the cafeteria or something, because we saw the nurse, we saw Shanae and Barbara and Janine, right? So Janine was talking to Barbara about her mom, and even Barbara was like, so her phone just randomly got turned off when she came here. and I was like, exactly. So Gregory and Jacob were talking, and Gregory was trying to show Jacob that he can work the room. So he went and talked to the nurse, and he asked her, how does she feel about global warming or something like that. I was like, that's not a conversation starter, but okay, I will give you a F for effort, but no, sir. So Janine was like, she's not going to give her mom anything because her mom didn't come there. Well, she's trying to figure out what to do for her mom, but she, like I said, Barbara is kind of smelling what it is, right? So Barbara then tells Melissa that, she got a bad feeling about Janine's mom. And basically Melissa was like, that's between Janine and her mom and Barbara. You might want to stay out of it. And I was like, yeah, because it kind of could get ugly because Miss Vanetta look like she can scrap. Like Miss Vanetta look like she'll throw down, right? So Barbara found Miss Vanetta in the teacher's lounge, and Miss Vanetta was going through everything. She was taking the ibuprofen, and she was just taking everything, right? So Barbara is like, so you, out of all the times you can come to Abbott, you decide to come today, and your daughter is going to give you the money, even though she has this trip planned for her, and she was going to do so much stuff with her, right? So Barbara said, look at here, let's just talk, right? I'll give you the money for your phone bill, and you just tell Janine that you worked it out somehow, right? But while they're talking, Janine is standing right behind them, and she's just giving a little bit of a look. So they went to a commercial break at that point. So I want to pause here, and I think we're going to just move forward and wrap up this episode, right? So we see Janine and her mom. So they went back to her classroom. Vanetta is telling Janine, like, oh, that Barbara Howard, she called me a broke bitch and this. And I'm like, Barbara Howard is a Christian woman. So Barbara Howard ain't called you no broke nothing, no broke bitch. She might have inferred that you broke, but she really didn't even infer that she broke. And then Vanetta said that Barbara tried to square up with her. And Janine was like, Barbara Howard. She tried to square up with you. She said, She told me she's from North Philly. And I told her, I'm from West Philly. I was like, wow, Vanetta, you can really come up with a story, can't you? And it was one thing that Vanetta said that I kind of was like, I can see why that other daughter doesn't rock with Vanetta at all, right? Because Vanetta was talking about how Janine is, a great teacher, but then she was talking about that other one, and she just basically talked about her like she is scum on the bottom of the earth. I was like, wow, I see why your daughter doesn't talk to you. I see why. So Janine told her mom, okay, Mom, what we're going to do is we're going to call up your phone company, right? We're going to set up a payment arrangement. I'm not giving you the full amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the first 2 payments. And after that, you're completely on your own. And I was watching this episode last night, and I was thinking to myself, like, God, because there are probably a lot of parents who do that to their kids, right? Because even at one point, Barbara was talking about Janine, and Vanetta was like, well, I gave birth to her. And I was like, so because you gave birth to her, she owes you so much stuff in life? Like, there are probably parents out there who think just like Vanetta, that just because I gave birth to you, that you owe me for giving birth to you when the child didn't ask to come into this world. So Vanetta is a piece of work. Vanetta is definitely a piece of work. So we see Gregory. So Gregory is in the cafeteria, right? And Shanae is talking to the I think she was talking to the nurse, and she was talking about how she's moving into her apartment, and she missed the baseball game, right? So Gregory gave her the score, and her and Gregory hit it off with baseball as a commonality. So at the end of the episode, we see Janine, and Janine went to Barbara and thanked Barbara for, thanked her, for actually just really caring about her enough to try to intervene, right? She did tell her, so I am going to help my mom, but I'm not paying the full bill because I'm still going to be going on my trip. And, Barbara's like, well, do you have this and do you have that? So she doesn't have that. So they're going to go to Ross and get some stuff. And she said, what about your massage? And Janine says, no, my massage money is going with my mom. And my heart my heart broke for Janine, because you can see that Janine really, her heart is big, and her mom knows that, and her mom takes advantage of it. And Janine won't get anywhere until she puts her foot down with her mom. So at the ending of the episode, we see Janine and Jacob, they're talking in the teacher's lounge. They eventually left because, Janine was talking about how her mom came to the school. Gregory was talking about him and Shanae. And Jacob over here has a spoon, and he's trying to bend it. And lo and behold, Jacob bent that spoon, and Melissa was looking like, what the hell is going on here? But that was the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And like I said, I do believe that next week is the season finale. If it is, I am so sad, because this has been a really good season of Abbott. Let me know down in the comments what you guys have thought about this episode and this season, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.